Hello all and welcome to the Lane channel. So in this video I will talk about the gemstone. A lot of you guys are asking if the critical stones are better or the accurate stones are better, but then I would say right now in the current stage itself is kinda useless and I would tell you why. So, if we go in back into the inventory itself, so one point that I point out why 3-star weapon are better than 4-star because it's like one of the things about like if you are free to play players you cannot get awakening for your 4-star like the one right now. I finally managed to get my prior 4-star to awakening 3 and I got the accurate unlock here. So one thing about the gem itself is that you will see critical or accuracy. But the thing is that you will need to also focus on your rates. So that's where I say 3 stars are better than 4-star. If you are really someone bad luck like me, if you see right now my highest 4-star is only like 3 awakening. And if I manage to get it to 7, then I will have like the critical damage here, the accuracy rate is here. And then so accuracy is here, but then if let's say I'm equipping my equipment Forza equipment, so if I see the rest of my Forza, so right now this one, the light weapon here, I only have the damage to darkness monster, and I do not have awakening tree to add the accuracy. So if I equip all Forza here, and without that accuracy, one thing you need to check is that at your CP there's the magnifying glass there. Scroll it down to accuracy or critical, it doesn't matter. So you can see right now my accuracy rate is at 11%. This is because the accuracy rate is from my equipment. So you can see all is from equipment. And if let's say I'm equipping all 4-star equipments without any awaken to 3, this means that my accuracy rate is 0. Even I have the accurate here, it, it means 0 as well because it just adds to your CP because you have the accuracy, but then your rate is 0, it means that you could not use the accuracy rate at all, so it makes no sense. So you have the accuracy, but you do not have the rate. So it just does not apply to the damage. I mean, if you would like to increase the accuracy. It just does not apply to the accuracy since you do not have the rate. So that's why I would say better to use equipments that are 3 awakening and above. This is because the second slots here is the main thing that add accuracy rate. And yeah, I also not sure what are the other ways to add accuracy rate. If you have any idea about the accuracy rate, like where we can get the accuracy rate, feel free to comment and in the comment sections down below so that we could actually share it out with others player how you could increase your accuracy rate in order to mix fully utilize on the accuracy which given by the stone. So if you go into the equipment itself, you will have like two stones, gemstones for the spade. One is on the accuracy and another one is on the critical. So critical rate is also something that is important. If you do not have the critical rate, then even you have a lot of critical, it doesn't make sense. So you can see right now my critical rate is at 1.5 and my critical damage increase rate is 55%, which is benefit from the awakening 7. So if I do not have awakening 7, my critical damage increase rate will be lower. So this is something that add to on top of the critical. uh it means that if you have the critical, you have 0 rate of the critical rate, then of course it's gonna be 0. But then if I have like critical rate 1.5, I have the slightly chance to have like critical damage due to the mobs, which is that like this is the power of it. and this is the damage increase based on the attack and stuff. So these two are important if only you have the critical rate here. And you can see right now the critical rate is based on the character. Yeah, so if you do not have the critical rate, it, it means that you do not really, there's nothing affecting the, I mean, the critical chances are very, very low if your critical rate is zero. But I think character here is based on your level of stuff. I'm not so sure. I know there's a skill books for the critical rate increase. I'm aiming for that skill book, but then that is kind of like a pay item, or you just have to wait if you're free to play. Yeah, so if you have not enough of the rate itself, I would say it just doesn't make much sense. So like right now it's 1.5. If I put all critical damage kind of stone into my equipment itself, because the 1.5 is like almost 10 times lesser than the accuracy rate. So in the early stage of the game, maybe what I should do is actually focus on the accuracy, because this has a higher chance to utilize this benefit here. But if you are focusing just purely on the critical rate without the accuracy, but then the rate is really low, then it just doesn't make sense. So always check with your rate in order to decide if you would like to use which kind of gemstone in it. Same for the resistance as well. Right now I feeling like kind of dumb because it seems like we have others like equipment slots that have critical resistance, or maybe like the um what resistance again? Let's see what stone we have. This is critical resistance. This is evasions rate. Let's see, critical risk. So I have 0 here, and I do not have any stat info, so I will need to check out, or maybe you can comment down below where can I get that rate, because even I have the critical resistance, it's like the rate here is 0. It means that um, yeah, it seems to be not really make any sense, because it just doesn't really add much. I think even if I'm not sure if my analysis, I mean, my understanding about this game is correct or not, because what I know is if it's at 0%, it means that 0% means nothing. So if even you have the critical resistance here without the rate itself, it just won't work. It just adds CP because you have the resistance there, but in theory, the rate does not apply. It means this is totally nothing at all. So even if you upgrade your gemstone, you will have the CP, but then it doesn't have the effect or power of it. And same for the where is it? Evasion. So I also do not have any evasion. So yeah, I can see skill evasions rate. Um, yeah, so this one here is also something that I will need to check out. I haven't seen anything. I mean, there's must be somewhere in the game itself. I haven't really go in deep to check out where I can get the rate. So without the rate itself, I think this one here is also something that is not useful. So the only thing that are useful right now for the gemstones is much more like on the joker slots, so the last one. So you can see for the joker stone itself, you will have like the crimson cross that adds to like a tag. So this is something that you do not need the rate itself. And then you will also have like the jubilee that add to critical. No, that this one is not helpful, because the critical, if you do not have the critical rate, it is the same thing as the critical stun. And for this one here, you will have like the earth attack. So critical resistance right now, I could say 0%. It doesn't mix any changes, but then it has the earth attack. So this is something good to equip into the earth weapon. If you open up the third slots here, it's good to put it into the third slots, because that will add up your elemental damage from the earth weapon itself. And let's see what's the rest. For this is also accuracy, and then I think another one, of course, is the critical. I do not have it here yet. This is critical resistance, so I do not have that as well. So I would say right now it's still kind of too early to say like what stone you would like to put it in because the yep, the rate is not there. The rate is not there. I know that the skills, let me just go to the skill character. Where is it? Skills. Yeah. Let me just see which one adds in. I guess all this does not add. This skill here does not add. It is on the passive skill. So passive skill, let me just see. This increases attack aura. Of course, a different job you will have like different skills there. Defense, attack, HP, blah blah blah. I guess it wouldn't be those skills. It would be the skills book that is just yeah, just put into the newest patch right now. So we have the newest patch. So last week we do not have those skills available, but right now we have those. So the gemstones is only starting to take to be like I think it's much more effective after you have got those skills books and stuff. Of course you will have to equip it in order to get that percentage to works as well. So let me just see. Where is it? I think this perfect chance here. Yeah. So you can see this one here at critical rates. And I think if you see one of my video, I say that this would be my main aim thing for that. If I go into the bundle, magic tomes, da, 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 da. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yep, this one here, 200 pages. You can exchange for this one to add the critical rate. So I would say critical rate you can, if you are focused on critical, yeah, this is great book that you should get because it adds 7.5%. As you can see right now, I'm only having like 1.5. So it adds up to 9%, which is really a good boost to it. But then it needs like 200 pages. And from the daily here, so you can see we can get some pages here. I always got no luck in getting the one like 40% or 32%. So it would take me some time in order to get like 14 days. Then of course, make sure you repurchase it for it. And then you will also like, if you're a pay to win, you want to get that book as fast as soon as possible, you can pay for the muscle magic to get the books quicker, the pages, or even like getting the chance of directly getting the book there. Do we have that in here? No, we don't have it for the free to play. No, unfortunately, really no. So if you pay for it, you still get the 0.5% of getting some books. Yeah. So it's really like a pay to win skill here. And the gemstone is really much more favorable towards to the pay to win, since if you are free to play, you really have to take some time in order to get that enough of magic pages there to get that book. Make sure you purchase the correct book. I always misclick on something and I have to wait another one whole month for something. Yeah, so make sure you select the correct book when you have the enough pages there. Yeah, I would need to check really where can I get the resistant, the rate for resistant, the rate for the accuracy as well. So I would need to check this out. I haven't really explored everything. Um, so accuracy rate right now I know is from the equipments, The critical rate is from the character and the skill book that I mentioned about. So I will need to check out also on the critical resistance rate because right now 0% doesn't really benefit to me. As well for the where's it? The evasions rate is 0%, also not good for me. If you would like to enhance on the gemstone. So right now I think I will kind of like stop on putting gemstones. So if you see some of my gemstones are kind of like halfway building it because I would use my go on important resources rather than focus on those 0% chances because it boosts your CP, but it doesn't really give you any benefit on there. So I think I will pause for now for the gemstone until I get the certain rates or I will just focus on this the Crimson Cross kind of things, the attack kind. So those two will be the one that I will focus. For the rest, I guess yep, I will put a stop for those until I get the rate for it. So I guess this will be all for this video here, and I hope this video is helpful for you. If you like this video, please hit the like buttons and subscribe. Thanks for watching.